She went to Bishop Miege, very smart, very intelligent. She was a rebel. She had her problems. She had her trials, her tribulations, her addictions, and habits. She dealt with depression or whatever, but she was also hot-headed. She was also strong-willed, had a voice. She spoke up. And then there's my dad that came from a household, a good household. His father was an entrepreneur, started at a very young age because he didn't want to work for nobody but himself. And he came up and he was a rebel too. He did a lot of wrong in his younger life, a lot of partying, a lot of what I'm talking about. Like, he's done a lot. And then he kind of had us. I think my mom was 33, he was 30. And then his life was still rough. It was still rough. It was still living bad. When we were about 5 years old, 2002, my dad got clean, out the streets, for the most part, and off, alcohol, drugs, shit like that. Switched his whole scenery. But he was hot-headed too. He was out, he spoke his mind. He didn't tolerate no shit. And that's like, that was my mom and dad though. My mom was just as gangster as my dad, and what I'm getting at is they ultimately got together, very toxic. They never were together, but they created me. And also, off of like trauma and life experience and stuff, that formed me to be who I am ultimately to this day. And I was just talking to family the other day, and it's like, just trying to figure out why I am the way I am. And it's a mix of everything. God, the Most High, my parents, my life experiences, where I come from, what I've seen. I've just always had that need to go get it, need to never be second. I remember I was like 5 years old. My mom had a house